Welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Key. We are live for Braga, Sporting Club Braga against Nottingham Forest in the Europa League. We've just done Fenerbahce 0, Aston Villa 1. Aston Villa securing their spot in the final 16. They've got a bye straight, not to the next round, to the next round. Villa are certain to finish in the top 8 now. So a fantastic win for them away in Istanbul. Fenerbahce have to fight on. But this one is, I guess similar in many ways in that both Braga and Forest have still got work to do. I guess Braga are currently 8th in the Europa League table. They sit in the top 8. However, they would need at the very least a point tonight, I would imagine, given that their final game is away at Go Ahead Eagles. Go Ahead Eagles are going to be scrapping for it tonight. And scrapping for it. Who've Go Ahead Eagles got tonight, is it? Go Ahead Eagles are playing tonight Nice, who are rock bottom with 0 points. So my point, this is why I was saying Go Ahead Eagles, they might get a point tonight, they might win tonight, and then they're still fighting for their place in the top 4, or in the top 16, sorry. Or top 24. Last 16. So yeah, this one's going to be a big night for both Braga and Forest. Carlos Vicens, the manager of Braga, currently 5th in the Primeira Liga. They finished 4th last year. They are currently behind Gil Vicente in the chase for Europe. Quite a bit behind the top 3, Benfica, Sporting, Porto. But still only 5th. And Sean Dyche, yeah. I mean, look, we all thought Forest might rotate tonight. We all thought that Forest might just, not necessarily take the foot off the gas, but you know, this is the decision that Dyche has to make. Does he go strong? Does he go for a team that can help them build momentum in the league? They're, really struggling. At 17th they are in the Premier League. Everyone thought they might take a bit of a dip domestically, but they'd thrive in Europe. That has happened so far. But do they see Europe as a respite from the worries and concerns of the Premier League? And do they try and win here to build some momentum? Or is it that they're actually just, let's focus on the Premier League, let's make sure we stay up, that's our bread and butter, Europe's a nice little extra thing that we do, but we're not worrying too much about that, because if we go out to Europe, we can live with that. We've had a great run, we've enjoyed our time, it's a very rare occasion that Forest are in Europe, so we've enjoyed our run, few away trips, but we're here to make up the numbers, we're not here to win this competition, we're not going strong, and it feels like that's what we're seeing a little bit tonight. Maybe there's a little bit half and half. He's not quite unsure. He's not quite sure on whether or not to go strong and leave out some players. Your Gibbs White, for example. I'm surprised that he's starting in this one. But he has left out quite a few others, hasn't he? If you look at the Nottingham Forest bench tonight, we'll go through the teams, actually. Let's go through the teams. So teams are Gibbs White up front. So they've got Sells in goal, Aina, Morato, Milenkovic, Savona, and Doy, McAtee, Douglas Luiz, Yates, and Bakwa. You can see the lineups over here in just a moment, and then it's Gibbs White on his own as a lone auxiliary centre forward. Yeah, so make of that what you will. With that said, I do just want to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Again, Premier League Dad sponsors for tonight's live, for all of our lives across January, midnight. If you want to go and get your free 30 quid in free bets, if you haven't already, you want to support the channel, go and get yourself 30 quid in free bets. All you have to do is go and sign up with Midnight via the link in the description or the link in the pinned comments in the chat. If you click that link, it will take you to somewhere where you can sign up, download the app, and you'll get 30 quid, courtesy of Midnight, for signing up and putting your £10 in. You get 30 quid in free bets, and maybe you can put a bet on for tonight's game, just as I have, by the way, and I'll show you my bet for tonight. Where is it? I've put my bet on with Midnight, because the best odds guaranteed, and not only that, faster payouts. Let's have a look. Where is it? Come on, Key. Sort your life out. Here we go. There you go. That is my bet for tonight's Sporting Braga against Nottingham Forest game. I've gone for Braga to lose or draw. Nottingham Forest or draw. I've gone for over 1.5. I've gone for 9 corners, 4 cards, Matt Sells and Hornicek, 2 saves each. 5 gets you 26 quid back. 5 and a bit to 1, that one. So that I thought that was a nice and easy one. How are we all doing? One day or less, good to see you. Ronnie, hey Key, sad for Casemiro leaving, but it's the right decision. I haven't heard any news about that. It's not surprising. But yeah, that is my bet for tonight's game. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Hey, Jabber, how's it going, mate? How's it going? Good to see you. Where are we up to? 3 minutes to go to kick off. Sorry, the Braga team. Yeah, someone's asked me about the Braga team. Hornicek in goal. Gomez, Lagerbielke and Niakate at the back. Are and B and Rodriguez in the fullback / wing-back positions. Grilic and Gorby in the midfield area. Martinez off the right. Horta off the left. Ricardo Horta, 31 years of age. He is still very much the danger man. There he is, the captain, Ricardo Horta. Still very much the danger man for Braga. 6 goals in 15 games this season for them. 11 in 34 last year from that left wing position. And then up front, it is Fran Navarro, formerly of Porto and Olympiacos. Fran Navarro, he is the starting centre forward. Ronnie says Club and Casemiro announced it about an hour ago. Casemiro leaving Man United. Oh, hey, there you go. Fair enough. Take that. Shell, let's go, Gravel Voice. Wood out for the rest of the season now, I reckon. Got injured around October. Had knee operation just after Christmas. It's a shame what's gone on with Chris Wood, isn't it? I tell you what, it's absolutely bouncing it down there in Braga. I think I might have made a mistake in going over 1.5. Something tells me this might be another low scoring one, maybe. What are we thinking? What are we saying? There's Carlos Vicens and Dyche. Dyche having his little conflab before the game. Dyche. Braga's fortunes have taken a turn for the worse since Christmas, with their 6 matches yielding just 2 victories. Drawn 2, lost 2, won 2. But one of those came via a 92nd minute penalty at the weekend, handing the momentum ahead of their UEFA Europa League return, having been eliminated from the league phase last season by finishing in 25th. The Archbishops. I didn't know that's what Braga's nickname is. The Archbishops. Did you know that? The Archbishops are all but assured to progress this term, but are gunning for that top 8 place, with a first last 16 appearance in Europe since 21-22. A return of 10 wins from their last 13 European games, drawing 2 and losing just 1. That is a great run. If Forest can somehow win tonight against a team that's only lost once in their last 13 European games, that's pretty good going. Nottingham Forest start the match day just 2 points adrift of the top 8 in their host tier, and will be relishing a return to Europe after a poor run of just 1 win in their last 7 league games. Drawn 1, lost 5. A commendable goalless draw with Arsenal at the weekend perhaps indicates that Sean Dyche's men are getting back on track, and they've certainly enjoyed this competition, conceding just once in 4 such games under his stewardship. Dyche could become the first English manager to win 4 of his first 5 Europa League games. But a return of 3 defeats from their last 4 competitive away games points to the tricky trees being vulnerable travellers. There you go, how's that? Maybe the away form of Forest is not going to be too good for them tonight. That might be the thing that lets them down. One day or less is apparently key. The game could have been cancelled due to the rain. Do you know what? It's like this. I remember we went to watch Liverpool against Porto in... Was it February? I think we played... It was... Do you know what? It was February, and I know it because it was Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day, and my missus still gives me stick to this day. She still gives me grief for the fact that I said to her, listen, love, I've got tickets for Liverpool away at Porto. Bit of bad news. It's on Valentine's Day. So, you know, whatever romantic plans you had, they're gone. Out the window. Oh, still the Villa game. How have I got that as still a Villa game? Thank you. Need to change the overlay. Here we go. Apologies. There you go. That changed very quickly. Cheers, Matty. Apologies for that. I was thinking, why is that still the same? Okay, well, we're off and underway. Slightly late kickoff. But it is absolutely chucking it down in Portugal. Braga down the left-hand side. On Jabatuali, I have no dog in this fight, but I do hope for a wolfy rant. I know the feeling, Key. Right, sync. Where are we up to? Who do you think will win the Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League? Conference League, I think Strasbourg. Europa League, I can't look past Aston Villa with Unai Emery. I really can't. I think they'll be probably the team to beat. So I'll go Strasbourg, Villa, Barca. Yeah. Strasbourg, Villa, Barca. Again, it'd be really ironic if Rashford's lifting a Champions League trophy at the end of the year. Who do you think more importantly? The Pulga says Spurs now have Frankfurt, City, Arsenal, Newcastle and Liverpool in the next 10. Oh, Christ. Oh, wait. Spurs against Arsenal. That's going to set the men from the boys after the last North London derby, isn't it? Spurs are going to have to really step up. Can't put two performances in like that, especially not against them at Spurs. Can't be losing against Spurs like that at Spurs. Or losing against Arsenal like that at Spurs. Braga. Oh, poor. Do you know what? The pitch is absolutely shocking, isn't it? You can see. This is not going to be a game that is conducive to good football, this one. You can see it's absolutely chucking it down with rain. The pitch is holding up in some areas. It's skidding in lots of other areas. Any under-hit passes, any over-hit passes are going to slide off the pitch. I think the goal quality is... Do you know what? Honestly, if you're a striker in this position, you just need to be having a go at the goalkeeper from 30 yards out and make sure it dips in front of him. Because if it hits that surface, he's never going to be able to predict where it's going. I'm watching Roma v Stuttgart, and on a perma I'm watching the Rangers game. Celta Vigo score versus Lille. Well, I was going to say we'll keep updated on all the other games going on. Salzburg 1, Bâle 0. Celta Vigo 1-0 up against Lille. Will Schwedberg with the goal there. Here's Braga. Over to the left-hand side with Horta. Does well, pulls it back. Braga with a chance. Played away. Ben, is it so empty because of the weather? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. To be honest, Braga is not the easiest place to get to. I'm led to believe as well. I've never been. I've been to Portugal, obviously, a few times, but I've never been to Braga. But I'm led to believe because Liverpool played Braga in Europe about 10 years ago or something like that, and there was a lad who I used to go away with in Europe, and he said he went and he did this trip and it was a bit of a pain in the backside to get to. Truly wonder how far Dyche's voice carries In a stadium like this, probably very, very far. Yeah, it's like an hour and a half. It's like an hour. You have to land in Porto, and then it's like an hour and a half drive from Porto. No kickoff in Genk. Why not? Problem with fans close in the away section. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. It's a corner kick to Braga here. First corner of the game. Headed away, edge of the box. Braga knock it back outside. Forest get it away. It's all a bit scrappy. Game still settling down a little bit. Jabber, land in Porto, drive halfway, hiking the rest of the way with your camp gear. Have you seen the news about Konate's dad? Yep, Konate's dad sadly passed away. Taylor says, feel sorry for Ibrahima Konate about his dad. Yep, massively disappointing for him, and no surprise that he wasn't playing yesterday. Jake says, Kirkes going back to his former club this weekend with Liverpool. What's your score predictions for it? Well, tomorrow I'm doing my Premier League preview. So if you want to see the Premier League preview of all the games this weekend, I'll be doing a 1 hour live show for members only. So if you want to join that one, then yeah, you know what you need to do. Go and join the Premier League Dad Members Club and you can see it. Here we go. Nottingham Forest, big chance for them here. Cuts inside. That's a free kick every day of the week, referee. Gibbs White cut inside there. It's going to be a yellow card for Niakate. There you go. Big chance. Big chance, edge of the box here. Welsh Wing says, remember the days that the Europa League was on Channel 5? Everton, Spurs and Fulham, the regulars. Yeah. Do you remember Everton against Metalist Kharkiv? That was on Channel 5. Jonathan Pearce. I remember Liverpool playing in UEFA Cup on Channel 5, to be honest. Astroxy, what's your favourite away ground you've been to, domestic and abroad? Well, people in the chat who've been in the chat for a long time will already know the answer to this because I talk about it a fair bit, but the Roman Sanchez Pizjuan in Seville is my favourite by some distance. Yeah. Mainly because I love the city of Seville and it was a great away game. The fans over there were fantastic. It was just a great experience. I loved it. It was brilliant. Finners, maybe that reason Konate hasn't been great this season, might have been worried about his dad. Possibly, yeah, every chat. To be honest, he's been very, very good, I think, for a lot of the season. It's just that, unfortunately, he's had his moments. But I think every Liverpool player has this season. Free kick for Forest, 9 minutes gone. And Gibbs White is over it. Douglas Luiz is over it. If they get this on target from here, the chances are it's in. Gibbs White is going to take it. Good strike. Great save as well. And I think it's going to be a corner, is it? Is it gone behind for a corner? No. Stayed in. It's come off the corner flag, bizarrely. That's going to be a goal kick. La Pulga says the Premier League account has become a clown account now. What kind of comparison are they making between United 07-08 and Arsenal this season? Oh my God. Yeah, to be honest, they'll do that though. They'll do that to try and just, stir the pot. Jabber says, I forgot who said this, but Morgan Gibbs-White always looks surprised. He does, doesn't he? He always kind of has like a deer in the headlights sort of look. Wonderful player, though. I like Morgan Gibbs-White a lot. Empty says, Red Star versus Partizan, the craziest game I've been to. These guys went wild. Love that. Ben says, remember when Lucas scored a screamer at the Cop End on Channel 5? Can't think who we were playing. I was at that game. I think I'm right in saying it was either Rabotnicki or it might have... Was it Gormel? No, it wasn't Gormel. I think it was Rabotnicki. I think that was Macedonian side, FK Rabotnicki, that Lucas scored his screamer at the Cop End against. Yeah, I was sat in the Kenny Dalglish stand for that game. Basically at pitch level as well, probably on telly. Claim for the handball from Braga, never going to get that. And Forest get it away. It's getting a bit scrappy, this one. Started a bit scrappy. Oh, unlucky, Forest. That was better. Reece Gibbs-White is definitely going to leave Forest at some point. Would you take him? Would you take him? 3-star, my domestic ground is Goodison Park. My European ground is the Olympic Stadium in Munich because we won our first European Cup there. Nice. And Reggie says, what do you make of Lukaku back to Everton for 20 mil? Yeah, we was on about this before. 20 million quid from Napoli. Genk fans and police is escalating. Salzburg 2-0. Dynamo Zagreb 2 goals in quick succession. And Nice 1-0 up as well. Salzburg 2. Alaj Begovic. That's his second goal of the night, isn't it? Alaj Begovic. Kerim Alaj Begovic. He has got 7 goals and assists for Salzburg this season. He signed for Salzburg for 2 million from Leverkusen. Bosnian centre forward. He's still only 18 years of age. Remember the name. Kerim Alaj Begovic. He's absolutely flying for Salzburg this season. That's 2 tonight for him. And as it stands, Salzburg with the win. Shell, be surprised if it happens, Reggie. I think he's 33 now. Reece, he would have just been a bench player, wouldn't get in over Rice or Odegaard. And Reggie says, apparently it's in the rumour mill. Someone mentioned it in the stream earlier. Would you take him at that price? I'd rather a Richie return before a Lukaku return. He'd be on big wages as well. It's not going to be 33 on like moderate wages, is it? If I feel like Lukaku's next move at this point has to be Saudi, doesn't it? Saudi or MLS. He's at that stage now. He's not going back to Everton and like changing things and stepping up. It just isn't happening, is it? Would love Richie back. How much do you think Spurs would sell him for, given he cost 50 million quid? I mean, he's out injured for a while now, isn't he? I feel like that is going to happen at some point. Richarlison back to Everton. Forest with the ball in. Chance. Oh, a bit too heavy. It's recycled over on the far side with Bakwa. Here's Yates. Strike from Yates. Miles wide. And Reggie says loan to Everton and then MLS in the summer. Everybody wins. They could do with... It certainly could do with a decent, reasonable striker. Yeah, wouldn't be the worst move, maybe. Great to see Yatesy back. Reggie, I think he'd get a couple of goals for Everton under Moyes. Brady says, Rangers have had 3 clear chances. We're playing actually really good. Only we played like this earlier. I was going to say, you've got to win. Is there a world where Rangers can get through, by the way? NX User Ball. How's Nottingham Forest doing against Braga, guys? They're doing okay. They've had a free kick. Morgan Gibbs-White with a free kick, which was saved by the goalkeeper. Other than that, there's not really been an awful lot going on in the game. The pitch is heavily affected by the weather. You can see, if you're watching the game, you'll see in the stands pretty much everyone is missing this game. The game was very nearly cancelled, allegedly, because of how much rain there has been in Portugal. And, yeah, they've struggled to make the pitch playable in parts. I think in some parts you can see it's holding up. In some parts it looks a little bit slicker. But yeah, apparently there was a bit of a danger that this game was going to get called off. How close it came, we don't know. But other than that, there's not really been too many chances, I'll be honest with you, mate. It's been a pretty dull opening 20 minutes. The only real chance has come as a courtesy of, Gibbs-White's free kick. Jabba says Paramount Plus experiencing technical difficulties in the US. And Empty says James Garner and Branthwaite for Richarlison. The thing is, Jared Branthwaite, what's going on with him at the minute? Because, we're approaching February. He's still not kicked a ball this season. He's not getting to the World Cup, is he? There's no world where Jared Branthwaite goes to the World Cup. I feel like he's just going to miss pretty much all the season now. I mean, even Alexander Isak's back in training now, by the way. So, it was only meant to be a short-term injury for Branthwaite. He still hasn't kicked a ball this season. Here's Bakwa, pulled back, Braga get it away. La Pulga says, when's Jared Branthwaite coming back from his injury, by the way? He was heavily linked with United before his injury. He was, yeah. He was meant to be, I think United offered 45 million and Everton basically laughed at him and said, no chance. It's not happening. But he's been out a long, long time. Chelsea's apparently... Oh, he's been training on the grass this week. Ah, okay. Kulusevski, Madison, Branthwaite all haven't. And KDH back soon as well. Everton have missed him, haven't they? They've definitely missed him. Open the checkbook shell. Jimmy Garner will be a red. Garner back to United. There's lots of talk about that at the minute. Spurs have definitely missed Kulusevski. I will say that. They've definitely missed Kulusevski. Kulusevski's quite a weird case. What's happened with Kulusevski? Is it one big injury or is it a series of successive injuries? What's going on with him? Forest clear it away. or rather Braga clear it away, and Forest get it all the way back and recycle possession. Keeping hold of it, they're starting to dominate the ball a little bit here more. Nottingham Forest are starting to get into some half-decent positions, but Braga, they've got everybody behind the ball. They are defending very, very deep. This is typically how they play under Carlos Vicens. It is very much a low block and hit on the counter-attack and use the pace that they have with A and B and the full-back areas, and Horter, obviously, how clinical he can be as well from the left-hand side. Jabber, I'll sell anyone for 100 million. Illy? What about Illy? Still no ball kicked in Genk. I guess we're talking about something else now in the Fenner game. Brady says, I don't think we have a way to qualify, unfortunately, but it's great to see Asgard have confidence now. He's been playing great so far. If Rangers were to win both games, is there a way they could qualify via, goal difference, maybe? Let's say they were to win. They'd be on 7 points. No. They would need... they need Ludogorets. Massively need Ludogorets to lose. Well, that's who you're playing. Oh, Christ. Sorry. You're playing Ludogorets. So, yeah, if you were to win, actually, you could. In theory, yeah, you could. You would need everybody else to lose, though, on the final day. You'd be waiting on a very specific set of results, but it is possible. It is possible that Rangers can go through. You'd have to beat... Who have you got final day, Rangers? Who are you playing? Porto away. Yeah, you're not beating Porto. You're not beating Porto. Porto still need to win themselves. They still need to do something. So you're not beating Porto in Porto. And even if you do, you're still waiting on a lot of things to happen. The Pulga, it's just Spurs medical team is absolute shite, is what my mate who was a Spurs fan is saying. Gallagher missed close to 0 games to injury before joining and is now injured at Spurs. Kisa Koali, Braga come on. Long ball over the top for Braga, straight through to Matt Sells, and Forest play it out to the right-hand side. Empty says, police are also escalating conflicts for no reason. This is the reason so many Dutch games get postponed, because police can't control a thing. I always thought the Dutch police were alright whenever I've been over to the Netherlands. They've always been okay. Italian police, now, that's another matter altogether. Brady, well, Key, there's always next season. Yeah, you just make of this season what you can. Enjoy your first year under Danny Roll. Jabber says, last summer, rumour was Spurs were willing to sell Richie back for basically what they paid, 35 to 40 million. Shell says, how's Roma doing? I believe it's still 0-0. Is it still 0-0? Yeah, still 0-0. Roma 0, Stuttgart 0 in the 10th against 9th, basically playing each other there. So I'll tell you, in fact, I'll just read out the scores. The scores currently in the 8 o'clock kickoffs in the Europa League are AS Roma 0, Stuttgart 0, Braga and Forest obviously 0-0, Celta Vigo 1, Lille 0, Dynamo Zagreb 2, Steaua Bucharest 0, Ferencvaros 0, Panathinaikos 0, Nice 1, Go Ahead Eagles 0. That's a very, very surprise result because Nice are already out. They have nothing left to fight for. They are rock bottom of the Europa League. That's literally playing for pride at this point with Nice. And they are ahead against Go Ahead Eagles. Rangers 0, Ludogorets 0, Salzburg 2, Bâle 0, and the Utrecht v Genk game is still delayed for whatever reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Three Star says 152 in the stream. Can you please hit the likes and subscribe? Thank you. Yeah, I was going to say all the live fixtures are there. Are the latest scores there as well? They are. Yeah, latest scores over this side. If you ever want to check them out, they're going round on the carousel, so you'll always see what games are being played and what the scores are currently across Europe, as well as the live stats in this one. We've had 1 yellow card. I need some more. Cheers, Tony. Thanks very much for that, mate. Leslie McCluskey, who do you support? I'm curious. I am a Liverpool fan, Leslie. Who do you support, more importantly? Oh, unlucky. Forest very nearly. Very, very nearly. Under it a few passes there. The ball's back with Honeychek, the Braga goalkeeper. Headed back there from Lagerbielke. Or Lagerbielke. However you want to say it. Well, should we start early on our half-time quiz? Should we start early on our half-time quiz? I'll be honest, the 25 minutes in, barely had a meaningful shot on target. So, should we get a head start on the old half-time quiz? What do you think? Here's a question for you. There have been 8 Portuguese Premier League managers. 8. Can you name those 8? Get your answers in the chat. Who are the 8 Portuguese Premier League managers? Shell says, come on, Roma, can we have your striker, please? Which one do you want? Evan Ferguson or Dovbik? Who are you after? 8 Portuguese managers in Premier League history. Who are they? Get your answers in the chat. Empty says also Genk fans can't enter the stadium. There's were some Genk supporters who went through the wrong gates and police needed to take them out of the gates so they could be rechecked. Not even big fight. Amorim is correct. Yep, Ruben Amorim. Jose Mourinho, correct. Nuno Santo, correct. Scolari is Brazilian, not Portuguese. No, you got Nuno Santo, Jose Mourinho, and Ruben Amorim so far. Marco Silva, of course. Yeah, Marco Silva, current Fulham manager. Former Everton, former Watford manager. Leslie, my husband has drifted away from football. It used to be Leeds. He's into NRL now, rugby league in Australia. Nice. Oh, well, lovely to have you in the chat, Leslie. Jose Lager, yes. Bruno Lager, number 3. Mourinho. Vitor Pereira, yeah, recent Wolves manager Vitor Pereira. Not Roberto Martinez, he's Spanish. So you've got 6 of the 8 Portuguese managers that have been Portuguese and Premier League managers at the same time. Not that you can change so frequently nationality. But yeah, you've got Ruben Amorim, you've got Jose Mourinho, Marco Silva, Bruno Lager, Nuno Espirito Santo and Vitor Pereira. So you've got 6 out of the 8. 2 left to get. 2 left to get. 2 other Portuguese managers in Premier League history. You've got 6. 2 more to go. One that scores. Here we go. Forest down the left-hand side here with backward. Terrible touch and a great tackle. Andre Villas-Boas, there you go, AVB for Chelsea and for Spurs, yeah. Very, very good answer. 1 more left to get. He managed, I believe, in fact, the guy who's left on this list, also, I think very recently, managed Braga. But he has managed a couple of times in England. He managed Sheffield Wednesday. I think he managed Wolves very briefly. But he is the only other Portuguese manager in Premier League history that you have not yet named. You've got Vitor Pereira, Nuno Santo, Lager, Marco Silva, Jose Mourinho, Andre Villas-Boas, and Ruben Amorim. There's 1 more left to get. Can we get the final one? Braga head it forward. And Forest give away a free kick. Empty says 10 fans who slipped through the gate and Dutch police trying to get them out is crazy, and stopping the game for this is just crazy. Okay, I'll give you the answer. The final answer is Carlos Carvajal. Carlos Carvajal is the final answer for that one. Hey, Davey, how's it going? Hope you're well, bud. I'm in hospital. Oh, no. Bloody hell, mate. Are we... Well, you don't have to tell us what's wrong, but I really hope everything's okay. That's awful. I hope you're doing good, mate. Or better, let's say. Maybe not good. If you're in hospital, you're obviously not good. But I really hope things are getting better, mate. Not a Scooby-Doo about the last one. Yeah, Carlos Carvajal... He was briefly manager of Wolves. Oh, Forest have got a great chance here. The ball just held up again in the pitch. You can see it just held up there again, just in a key moment. It was running through for Gibbs White. So, yeah, Carlos Carvajal. Should we carry on? Should we carry on with another question? Which team did he manage? Carvajal was Wolves, I think. Swansea. Swansea, I apologise. Carlos Carvajal was Swansea manager from 2017 to 2018. December 2017 to May 2018. 141 days he was in charge. But yeah, he was the manager of Swansea. He was manager of Sheffield Wednesday. He is currently manager of... Oh no, he literally got sacked from Braga like 6 months ago. He's managed Braga 3 times in his career, and this third most recent time they sacked him about 6 months ago. Goal, Rangers 1-0. Davies has had a temperature over 60. My heart is dodgy, waiting for an op now. Oh, crikey, mate. Oh, well, hey, listen. Keep popping in as and when you can. Hopefully we'll see you back in fighting fit in a short while, mate. That's awful. Pish, says on a Burmo. Ben, do you think McTominay will come back to the Prem? I don't think so. What do you think? I don't think he does, because just with the way he's doing so well at Napoli, like, the guy's getting included in Ballon d'Or conversations, and I think he would be concerned that coming back to England and back to the Premier League might just kind of... The perception of him will change again. He's like... Right now, he's considered one of the best midfielders in Europe at Napoli. I'm not entirely sure that he has that sort of... I don't think people consider him that way if he moves to, say, a Spurs. Where takes him? That's the question. Where takes him? Which team would take him? I'll be honest, I'd quite happily have him at Liverpool. I'd love him at Liverpool, but he ain't coming to Liverpool, is he? He's a Man United fan. So he's never going to Liverpool. But I think he'd be a good signing for us. On a Permo, if I was McTominay, I'd stay at Napoli and become a revered legend, retire there. Leslie, what's your prediction for Liverpool at the weekend? I've got the Premier League predictions, my Premier League predictions video coming out tomorrow. So we're going to be going through all the Premier League games ahead of this weekend's fixtures. So if you want to have a look at that tomorrow, then please, by all means, do so. But I'm not entirely sure yet, to be honest. I'm going to take a look at all the fixtures and go through them point by point, have a look at each team's form, have a look at kind of recent games, recent performances, have a real think about it, and then commit to some answers. La Pulga says the fans at Napoli treat him as an absolute king. They adore him to bits because he won them the league when they lost both Osimhen and Kvara. Hey up, Wally, how's it going? Lincoln are in front. We're doing a Lincoln game next week. Lincoln against Bradford, I believe we're doing. Celta Vigo have had a man sent off in the Lille game. Who's been sent off? Sotelo. Hugo Sotelo. Marcos Alonso treading the fine line as well. La Pulga, the fans... Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Davey says, cheers, bud, I'm feeling okay. Just popped in to watch along. Good lad. Yeah, listen, please do come back as and when you feel up to it, mate. But no pressure. And I just really do hope you get back fighting fit as quickly as you can. Leslie says, back to Man United for McTominay. Do you think McTominay would go back there? I think in many ways he would want to, but I think he would know it's probably not the right thing for him. Jabber says, I'm reminded that Portuguese have a real flair for theatrics. Well, the Turks do. I mean, we saw the Fenerbahce game, how many Turkish players were going down. Not just Turkish, but, Fenerbahce players. John Duran, not Turkish, of course, but he went down with that fractured eyelash that we talked about. But yeah, it's just across Europe. It's rife across Europe, and it's coming to the Premier League. And now it's just commonplace in football, basically. Braga header. Oh, very nearly 1-0 Braga. Huge, huge chance that. Oh, he should probably score, I think he should score that. He's got to get that on target. That's a fantastic ball in from the fullback. And right at the far post. Oh, that is so unlucky. It's a great header. It's an absolutely fabulous header, that. And it's just wide of the far post. From Gabri Martinez. Gabri with the header. Dyche knows about snapping eyelashes. Shell says, please, Everton, batter Leeds for Davey to cheer him up. Wally says, Lincoln 1, Burton 1. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Ben says they've done that before with Pogba. Not sure he'd be 100 million, though. Yeah, this is, again, what do Napoli sell for? It's going to be a lot. So I just don't see him going back to England. I think he stays there for a bit. Jay Shaw says, why don't Braga have any fans here? The game was very nearly called off, allegedly, because of the rain and the weather. It has been absolutely bouncing it down in that part of Portugal. And the pitch is sodden. It's holding up in some areas. And I think it's just one of them where the fans have maybe looked at it and gone, nah, we're all right. We're okay. Leslie, it's getting beyond a joke, all this acting with the foreign players in the Prem. It's not even just the foreign players, it's everyone in the Prem. The English players do it just as much now. It used to be maybe 25, 30 years ago, it was kind of a, Klinsmann came in and did the whole, diving celebration to kind of make light of it. Because it was seen then as a thing that English players just don't do. English players don't play, act and dive. Not necessarily strictly true, but that was the thinking then. And it was seen as this thing that was coming in, the foreigners bringing it in. And now it's just commonplace across the game, to be honest. Shell says he won't change anything yet. 3-star, you know what he's like. Jabba says Harry Kane gave quite the performance when he got Decore sent off for swiping at his face. I was going to say, yeah, Decore, that one was a particularly bad one. But yeah, Harry Kane has been known for it. He did the same against Liverpool at Anfield. No one touched him. He went past the keeper and went down like he'd been shot. Creed, Key, chat, how's it going, Creed? Brady says, I honestly hope we keep Mikey Moore. I really like him. Jake says, if you could pick any rival player to play for Liverpool, who would it be? Rival player to play for Liverpool? Probably, given our midfield issues, it would be Declan Rice. Yeah, I like Declan Rice. If it was United, I'd probably want. I really don't know with United. I think I quite like him, Burmo. I don't think he'd be like a Salah replacement, but there's not really anyone else at United that I look at and think top quality. Honestly, it might even be Mainu. It might actually be Mainu. Might be Declan Rice for Liverpool, for Arsenal, and if I had to take someone out of United, genuinely might be Mainu. It's always going to be centre mids, because I feel like that's where our biggest issue is. We've lost the battle in the middle of the park with Alexis McAllister in there now. So I would go Rice, I would go Mainu. If I have to pick one from everyone, it would be Bergvall at Spurs. Chelsea, Caicedo, that's obvious. Who else? City. It's not really a stand. It probably would have to be. No, not Haaland. It'd be. Do you know what? If he's fit, Gvardiol. If he's fit, Gvardiol, definitely. I'd put Gvardiol in. Shamsu Usman. How's it going, Shamsu? Hey, Creed, hope you're well. Hey, Brady, by the way, who do you support? Shell. I'm a Real Madrid and Rangers fan. Welsh Wing says, you heard Casemiro is leaving United end of the season. I've only just heard about it in the chat. Ronnie came in and said, yeah, he's just confirmed it with the club, and the player have released a statement. Estevao, behave yourself, Estevao. Wouldn't have Estevao at Liverpool. Jabba says the horror when we were linked with Maguire. Fan reaction was not favourable. That is an Everton signing this summer. I'm telling you, David Moyes would walk over broken glass for Harry Maguire this summer. I am certain he's an Everton player by the end of the summer. It's the same sort of bracket as Jack Grealish. I'm telling you, Harry Maguire coming in at Everton. You watch. Leslie says Liverpool wants a couple of defenders, never mind midfielders. I don't know, Leslie. I honestly think our issue is midfield. Defensively, don't get me wrong, we need a couple for depth. Obviously, Kanate is going to be leaving. We need a replacement for him, but I haven't really got an issue with our defence. In terms of quality, we need maybe some players behind the first choice back four, but the first choice back four are fine. They're absolutely fine. It's just midfield. Ben, Caicedo over Palmer. For Liverpool, yes. Yeah, I think Caicedo's a bigger difference maker for us than Cole Palmer would. Although I like Cole Palmer an awful lot. Key said a couple of streams ago he'd take Casemiro all day. Shell says, Jesus, no, not Maguire. I'm telling you, if we get Maguire, his contract must state that his mums must stay off social media. I'm telling you. Certainty. Maguire to Everton. You heard it here first. Reggie says, where's Kanate off to? Kanate, apparently, there's talk of him going back to PSG. Obviously, he's got family in Paris, so maybe that's where he ends up. Troubles at FC Utrecht tonight. Section of Genk fans reportedly weren't searched properly on entry. Riot police moved into the away end and cleared the section, sparking clashes with angry away fans. We're very near half-time here in Braga. Adam says, Dyche ball in Europe, what a sad day. And Jay Shaw says, we've got Branthwaite and O'Brien plus Tarks. Maguire wouldn't get in, especially his wages. The thing is, though, Tarkovsky's been probably Everton's worst performing centre-back in many ways. I thought he was dreadful against Sunderland the other day when we watched him. He's not the same sort of player, Tarkovsky. I think if you were getting rid of Tarks and you was bringing Maguire in, that's an upgrade. Leslie, Kanate is crap. He's clumsy under pressure. I disagree. I think Kanate is one of the best centre-backs in the world, and there's a reason why Real Madrid and PSG and various others are linked with him. They don't sign bad centre-backs. Well, Schwinn, could you imagine Prime, Crouch and Fellaini in this current Arsenal team? Key, don't make me swear. It's true, Shell. You know it to be true. Maguire. Harry Maguire. Joining Everton. He's going to be a blue. Pickford's better than Alisson. I've never heard such nonsense. Yeah, Bayern's probably a decent option again for Kanate. That's going to be a foul and another free kick. Douglas Luiz is not happy. It's going to be a free kick. James McAtee's going having a complaint to the ref as well. Jabber says Tarky blows hot and cold, but he plays every match. He's solid. I just think that might be the workaround that Moyes gets, is Maguire on a free. Maguire stays where he is. Apparently he's quite comfortable, quite happy in the Northwest. He's set. His family is set. So he wouldn't have to move, would he? He could stay in where he lives currently, could stay where he is. His kids could stay where they are in school. That's a big, big benefit. They don't have to uproot and move again. So he could stay where he is, stay in the Premier League, join another, big club in Everton. And Everton don't have to sign a right-back then. Maybe O'Brien goes over to the right-back side permanently. It's not what Everton fans need, is it? You need a proper right-back. You don't need a fixer-upper, a guy who can play there. Jay Shaw says, definitely agree. I'm not sure who's buying Tarkowski, though. I think, like I said, I think maybe a Burnley. Maybe he goes back to a Burnley or someone like that, or like one of the newly promoted sides, like Coventry coming up. Coventry would take Tarkowski. Lampard's worked with him before, hasn't he? Hasn't Lampard worked with him before at Everton? Lampard take Tarks at Coventry, a bit of Premier League experience. Reggie, could see that really killed you calling Everton a big club then. Was it that obvious? Jay Shaw says Freebie is a no-brainer, really. It's a good shout. I think he's a good player, Harry Maguire. There was I can't remember who it is. They might well still be in the chat, so I apologise if I've not mentioned you. But there was someone in the chat the other day who said, it's a bit of a weird shout, but I think Harry Maguire is probably Manchester United's best centre-back and doesn't get anywhere near enough credit for it. MT says, football is about to start, players coming on. Is this game going to start? What can we do to stop that? Right, half-time anyway. Half-time in this one. 0-0 still. It's been a pretty much dour, dull Dyche fest. Boring Dyche fest. Harry Maguire attempts a bicycle kick at the Dickinson Stadium versus Liverpool and falls on his arse. Would make Shell swear. Maguire is one of the players board of United. He won't be going anywhere. Right. What are we up to? Dyche will take Tarky, poor lad. Yeah, I was going to say Dyche probably would take him as well. Right, so here's the halftime quiz. While we've got halftime going, what are we up to on my? In fact, let me check me bet. Let me check me bet and see where we're up to, because something tells I stupidly backed. Look at the state of this. Look at the state of that. Draw or Forest, fine. How many corners has there been? Christ, I bet we've only had about 2 corners, if that. It's barely been any corners. We've had 2 cards, I think. Or 1. Is it 1 card, 2 cards? 1. Right, we've had 1 card, 1 corner. Oh, never getting 8 corners in the second half here, are we? I'm never getting 8 corners in the second half. If I could have that bet again, I'd be doing unders. Under 7.5 corners. Under 3 cards. Under 1.5 goals. That's the odds today. I think that's the one to have backed. Obviously, it's great. Captain hindsight here. But listen, if you want to go and place yourself a halftime bet, then please do consider doing so with our friends over at Midnight. Midnight sponsoring Premier League Dad. Go and get yourself 30 quid in free bets. £10 deposit. Go and set up the account. You can do that with the link in the description or the link in the comments, the pinned link in the chat, and you can go and get yourself 30 quid in free bets. Support the channel while doing so. Obviously, listen, 18 plus only, new customers and all that sort of thing. Make sure you gamble responsibly. If gambling's not for you, then stay away from it. Jabba says, ultimate twist, Dyche brings Tarky to United after he's appointed manager next January. Shell, we want a proper right back and McNeil to Coventry. Dwight McNeil to Coventry. Right, so we've got another halftime quiz. It looks like a boring game. It has been a little bit, Leslie, yeah. It has been a pretty boring game. We've had a free kick, a yellow card, and 1 corner. And other than that, it's been a pretty dull and dour game. Right, so halftime quiz. Get your answers in the chat. I want you to tell me the top 20 Portuguese goal scorers in Premier League history. Get your answers in the chat. Who are the top 20 goal scorers, Portuguese goal scorers in Premier League history? Given we're watching Braga against Nottingham Forest. There's a Portuguese theme to this one. So yeah, give me your top Premier League Portuguese goal scorers. Get your answers in the chat. Cristiano Ronaldo is correct. 103 Premier League goals for Cristiano Ronaldo. Deco is correct. He's 19th. He got just 5. Actually, technically, he's joint 18th. Joint 18th. There's 5 players, basically, from 8. So it's kind of the top 22. We'll say the top 22 goal scorers, because they've all got 5 from 18 down to 22. Nani is correct. Nani is 6th with 26 Premier League goals. Deco CR7, Glass Ankles Ronaldo. Ruben Neves, yep, he is 7th with 21 Premier League goals. Bruno Fernandes, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is 2nd, 67 Premier League goals. Not Nelson Oliveira, no. Gomes, Bafétimbi Gomes isn't, no. Are you thinking of Eder, maybe? He's not either. Gomes was French, though, yeah, but Eder, it looked very, very similar. Played for Swansea. Oh, no, that was Gomes, wasn't it? But he looks very similar. Eder looked very similar to Gomes. But I'm sure, did he play? I'm sure he played in the Prem, didn't he, Eder? Did he play in the Prem? Not Rafa Mir, no. Fonte, yeah. Jose Fonte is 15th with 7 Premier League goals. Diogo Jota, God rest his soul, is 3rd with 63. João Felix, yes. João Felix is 18th with 5 Premier League goals. Carvalho of Chelsea, Leslie, yeah. Give the game away there, haven't I? Fabio Carvalho is 16th with 6. Ricardo Carvalho is 14th with 7. Fuck, gave you 2 there for the price of 1. Not Quaresma, not Trincao. Bernardo Silva is correct, though. Bernardo Silva, his 43. Bernardo Silva's got 43 Premier League goals. Podence, yes. Podence is 9th with 12 Premier League goals. Pedro Neto, yeah. Pedro Neto is 8th with 20. Semedo, nope, Semedo's not there. Not Forbes. Not Trincao. Not Quaresma. Raul Meireles is correct. Raul Meireles is 12th with 7. Ruben Dias, he is 21st. He's also got 5 goals. Same as Deco, same as João Felix. Not Andre Gomes. Not Goncalves. João Cancelo is also 20th. He's got 5. Same as Diaz, same as Deco, same as João Felix. You've got one more player who's got 5. And he used to play for Braga. In fact, he does play for Braga. João Moutinho. There you go. You called it. João Moutinho, 5. So you got Moutinho, Diaz, Cancelo, Deco, Felix, all with 5 goals. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to get. 5 more Portuguese players, top scoring Portuguese players in Premier League history. Not Fabio Silva. No. Number 5 had a very, very long career. In fact, he played for 3 London clubs in the Premier League. 3 London clubs in the Premier League he played for. Not Jose Sarr, not Vitinha, not Nunes. Palhinha from Fulham, yeah. João Palhinha, 10 Premier League goals for Spurs and Fulham. Brad Friedel, yeah. Portuguese goalkeeper Brad Friedel. Luis Boamorte, pup. That's correct. Luis Boamorte played for Fulham, Arsenal, West Ham. He might have played for some more, but he played. He's number 5 with 29. Number 11 is a striker who played for Bolton. Bolton striker. You've got a midfielder who's famous for nearly scoring a goal at Old Trafford. It's a bit of a curveball. So you've got a Bolton centre forward, a midfielder who's famous for nearly scoring a goal at Old Trafford. Not Zoltan Gera, he's Hungarian. nearly scoring a goal at Old Trafford. Portuguese midfielder, Peter Kay, that's me. Elmander, not Elmander, no, Portuguese Bolton centre forward. He also played for West Ham as well. Any guesses? Ricardo. Not Lamina, no. Not Ricardo Carvalho, no. We've already got Ricardo Carvalho. Carvalho was 14th, he's got 7. It's Ricardo Vazte. Ricardo Vazte, he played for Bolton, centre forward for Bolton for many years and for West Ham. So he's number 11, he got 8 Premier League goals. Number 13 is a Leicester fullback. Not Beto, no, Beto's Guinea-Bissau, plays for Guinea-Bissau. Voronin. Not Ricardo Fuller. Ricardo Fuller played for... Who did Ricardo... Was he Jamaican, Ricardo Fuller? Jamaican me crazy. Liverpool player Carvalho from Brentford. He's number 16. You've got 2 players left to get. You've got 22. You've got 20 out of 22. So the players that you're missing, one of whom is a fullback for Leicester. Don't think he won the league at Leicester. He joined Leicester just after they won the league. Right back. Portuguese right back. Ricardo Pereira. There you go. Ricardo Pereira. 7 Premier League goals. And number 17 is Pedro Mendes. Pedro Mendes. Remember him? Ben Thatcher. Elbowing him. And he very nearly scored a wonder goal at Old Trafford when Roy Carroll spilt it over his shoulder. So yeah, Pedro Mendes, number 17 in the list. 6 Premier League goals he got. The worst Everton striker of all time. Beto, says Jake. Roy Carroll, that's it. Yeah, Roy Carroll. Very nearly costing United a goal. That was a clanger, wasn't it, from Roy Carroll? But there you go. They are your top 22 Portuguese players of... Portuguese goal scorers in Premier League history. Right, hang on a second. Let's get that off. And let's get the YouTube chat back up. Bloody hell, I should have got Mendes. I was going to say he played for Rangers, didn't he, for a long time? Reggie, what was the full list key? The full list was... So, number 22... number 22, 21, 20, 19 and 18. All of these got 5 goals. So they was joint 18th. João Moutinho, Ruben Dias, João Cancelo, Deco, João Felix. They all got 5. Then it was Pedro Mendes who got 6. Fabio Carvalho also got 6. Jose Fonte got 7. Carvalho... That's Ricardo Carvalho of Chelsea got 7. Ricardo Pereira got 7. Raul Meireles also got 7. Once won goal of the season. And he was named in the... Was he named Player of the Year? Raul Meireles. Raul Meireles, Premier League Player of the Year he got. Raul Meireles 7. Ricardo Vazte 8. João Palhinha 10. Daniel Podence 12. Pedro Neto got 20. Ruben Neves 21. Nani 26. Luis Boamorte 29. Bernardo Silva 43. Diogo Jota 63. Bruno Fernandes 67. And Cristiano Ronaldo top 103. So there you go. That was your full list of Portuguese top scorers. Portuguese top scorers in Premier League history. 22 of them. And, yeah, you did quite well on that. Well done. Hidden Boy, how's it going? Egyptomicus, Even and Key, how's it going? Chimey, did Samao ever play in the Prem? He didn't. He was very close, though. Very, very close to joining Liverpool. But he didn't end up doing it. Good to see you, the Hidden Boy. How's it going, Chimey? Reggie Watts, what was the full list? Ruben Neves should still be in the Prem now, 100%. Well, allegedly, he's very close to joining Man United again. And Jake's just said it there, yeah. Apparently Man United very close to getting a deal done for him on loan. How true that is, we don't know, but if United managed to get that done, that's not a terrible deal, I don't think. Looks like Forest are going to bring on another player here. Obrigado. Yes, Jay Shaw. Love that, mate. Obrigado. He's got Arsene Wenger's coat on him. What's he wearing? Arsene Wenger's big, long, zip-up coat. Welsh Ring, I've got a fantastic quiz today, Key. Ooh, love that. Crazy Creatures, 82. Good to see you, Crazy Creatures. For some reason, I kept thinking Saido Berahino was Portuguese. Saido Berahino? Famously Burundian. Famously from Burundi. Can't believe you'd confuse the two. 3 stars says, if we get nothing but a win in this tonight, then Maranakis needs to do the decent thing and sack Dyche tonight. Get him gone. Get him sacked. Let's go Forest, says Shell. Absolutely. Hang on a minute. Right, I've only got that little bit of water left, so I'm going to go and grab a bottle of water. I'll be back in 2 secs. Right, Braga making a quick change. Jay Shaw, does anyone remember the legend Paoletta? What a striker he was, by the way. So, one quick change for Braga at half-time in a very, very empty... Who was that who came on? Is it Niakate who's gone off? I think it is. I think Niakate has gone off. Yeah, the lad who's got the yellow card, Vitor Carvalho's come on for Niakate. So they've just changed the centre back. Can you name the 5 players that have scored in the Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga and Serie A? Ooh, that's a great question. Hang on, let me start the timer and I'll be right with you. That's a great question. I like that. I really like that, actually. Perfect. That's all good. Right, who have we got? Colin Kazim Richards. Right, and which was the leagues he's got to have scored in? Can you name the 5 players that have scored in the Premier League? Right, 5 Premier League, Bundesliga, La Liga, Serie A. Is one of them Florin Radicayu? I don't think Delafeu ever did play in the Bundesliga. I think Florin Radicayu is one. Only because I've heard this similar question bandied around, and I believe he's the only player to have scored in all of them, plus the World Cup. But he also did it in France, so I'm not entirely sure if it's France and maybe not. I don't know, but Florin Radicayu is my first guess. Morata never played in the Bundesliga, did he? Not Giroud or Gundogan. Marco Johnson, no. Coutinho. Ooh, yeah, Coutinho has. Coutinho definitely has. Welshwing says, no, not whatever you said. Coutinho's one. Steward's inquiry. Steward's inquiry. Florin Radicayu is correct. Florin Radicayu is correct. Welshwing. I knew I needed to investigate this one. Florin Radicayu has not only scored in the Bundesliga, the Premier League, La Liga, and Serie A. He's also scored in Ligue 1 in France, and he's scored in the World Cup. He's the only player to do that. But I know Florin Radicayu has definitely scored in all of them because he scored for Milan, he scored for Espanyol, he scored for West Ham, and he scored for Stuttgart. All in the 90s. But he definitely did it, I'm telling you. Florin Radicayu is definitely one of them. Maria! Lovely to see you. Nottingham Forest have come out a little bit stronger in the second half here. James Rodriguez. Who did Rodriguez play for in... Oh, Italy, yeah. Oh, maybe. James Rodriguez is probably not a bad shout. Claim for the penalty. Must be, and it is. It's a penalty to Forest. There's going to be a check. And they're absolutely screaming. It's going to be a yellow card as well. He's screaming and saying no. The Braga centre-forward... It's Gabri. It's Gabri who's dragged him down. It's a silly... Let's watch this. He stands it up. He's onside. That's a penalty. That is a penalty every day of the week. Oh, no. Unless he kicks him. He's certainly not all over him. There might be a check on this, because I'll tell you what, that's soft. That looked very soft to me. James was never in Italy. I don't know why I've got him playing for like Udinese or someone. Have we only got Coutinho then so far? Of the 5 that you had, like six definitely exists if Florin Radicayu, because Florin Radicayu did do it. Jabber looked like a dive to me. Yeah, I was going to say it looks now on with hindsight. I think they've got to check that and get that cleared as a no penalty. I'd be amazed. Kevin Prince Boateng. Kevin Prince Boateng. Yeah, did Kevin Prince Boateng do it in? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he did. I'll give you a hint. Swansea fans know this player. Swansea. Jonathan de Guzman. Michu did it for... No, did Michu? Did Michu do it? Michu did it in Spain, Italy and England. Did he do it in the Bundesliga? I don't think Michu ever went to Germany, did he? There's no push. The forward player just goes to ground, trying to draw a foul. Yeah, well, it's going to be a penalty. It has been cleared. It's been checked and cleared. Morgan Gibbs-White is about to take a penalty here for Forest. Gibbs-White about to step up and score to put Forest in front. Bafétimbi Gomis. Nigel de Jong, not Hudson-Odoi. Well, Gibbs-White, here we go. Gibbs-White, right-footed for Forest to put them in front from the penalty spot. There's still debate going on here between... it was de Guzman. Oh, I love that. Jonathan de Guzman. Okay. So, de Guzman, Coutinho, Prince Boateng. Are they the only 3 we've got so far? I mean, I know you've said that... We'll ignore the Radicayu one, because that wasn't one that you thought, but that is definitely one. I'm not being funny, bugger, but we'll remove that from the equation. It's a great question. I like it. It's a very, very good question. Right, right-footed. Morgan Gibbs-White, right-footed, to put Forest in front via the penalty spot. I think it's a penalty they scarcely deserve. He saved it! The keeper saved it! Oh, my God. And it's going to be a goal kick as well. Honeycheck with the save. Massive save. Gibbs-White with a huge miss. Oh, Morgan Gibbs-White. It's such a poor penalty as well, that 3-star. What is going on here, mate? What is going on? Send him to friggin' Spurs. Crap pen, says Graham. 3 so far, yes. Shaqiri did it for Bayern. He didn't do it in La Liga, did he? Shaqiri never went to Spain. I'm not even entirely sure he went to Italy, did he? Denied. Justice for Braga. Well, Braga are in the box themselves here. Oh, might be a chance. Should be. Oh, it's an own goal. Oh, my God. From one end of the pitch to the other. Ryan Yates has put it in his own net. It's 1-0 Braga. Oh, my God. This game's come alive. Oh, from what? Look at that. Gibbs-White. He's screaming. He's screaming profanities. We can tell you don't need to be a professional lip reader to hear what Gibbs-White has just said there. But he looked to the heavens and cursed. Because I tell you what, Braga 1-0 in front, literally 30 seconds after. Oh my God. That is justice for Braga. We said it. Justice for Braga. It's a great bit of back hit. Look at that. Fabulous play. And as the ball comes across, Yates just hits it into his own net. What is going on, 3-star? Shaqiri was at Inter Milan. Oh, he was. Once again, Morgan Gibbs-White looks surprised. Oh, no. Oh, Robin, La Liga, yes. Premier League, yes. Bundesliga, yes. Serie A, yes. Fiorentina, it is Robin. Robin is. Robin 100% is. 100%. Has to be. Iron Robin. He played for Fiorentina. Oh, no, he didn't. He played against Fiorentina. That doesn't count. I saw him score for Groningen against Fiorentina. Oh, it's because I thought he played in there. What a silly, silly boy. But yeah, I apologise. Got ahead of myself then. Apologies for doubting your credibility there, Welshwing. Jovetic, in case you missed it, Key. Oh, Obafemi Martins is 4. Right, Obafemi Martins. Okay. Header. Oh, on the top of the crossbar. Christ, this game's definitely come alive. Bloody hell, Forest. Kyle says, I hope Forest lose this game and I hope they get relegated from the Premier League. Their owner is locking up as well. Why? Kluivert. Justin Kluivert. Fiorentina was Ribery. That's where I'm getting confused. Oh, Yates, what has happened to Forest since last season? Higuain, Xerxes if he goes to La Liga. It's a great question, that. I don't know who Obafemi Martins played for in La Liga, though. Or the Bundesliga. Who did Obafemi Martins play for? I must have lost track of Obafemi Martins' career, to be honest. After he left England, who did he play for? Levante and Wolfsburg. Oh yeah, Levante and Wolfsburg. Aubameyang. Nah, Aubameyang's not done it, has he? Surely not. Got 30 minutes to go and Braga are in front. And we've missed a penalty, Forest. Oh, here we go. Forest chance here if he can get it right. It's going to be a corner, is it? No, he's kept it in. Good lad. Memphis Depay. Oh, Depay again, Germany. Did he play in Germany? I'm not sure. Welsh Wing 5th one, Stoke fans will remember. Oh, Choupo-Moting. Is it Choupo-Moting? Maybe Choupo-Moting. He's bounced around a little bit. Forest. Plays out wide. Must be. Oh, my God. Is that Gibbs White again? Oh, my God. What is Gibbs White doing? Oh, no. Morgan Gibbs White. Oh, I can't tell you how bad this is. Morgan Gibbs White. 3-star red, 60 minutes, and he still doesn't change it. Get out on that pitch, Marinakis, and sack him. Well played, says Dyche. Well played. He's clapping. He's applauding it, mate. 3-star. What is happening here, mate? Honestly, I can't tell you how bad. Gibbs White's having the worst game I've seen him have. Not just the penalty, not just the missed chances, but every time the ball goes near him, he just looks scared of it. Come on, Braga, says Kyle. Assaidi. Usama Assaidi. Did he play in Spain? Forest able to find their own goal, but not at the other end. Assaidi. He played in the Eredivisie, but I don't think he played in Italy or the Bundesliga or Spain. Yeah, it's not him. He only played in England, the Netherlands, and I think he went out to Dubai for a bit. Oh, it is. It's Arnautovic, innit? Of course it is. Arnautovic, yeah. It's defo Arnautovic. He ticks off Italy. Oh, Bojan. Oh, hey, even better, Bojan. Oh, I love that. That's a great question. Yeah, Bojan. Bloody hell. Roma, Spain. Yeah. Oh, okay, fair enough. Love that. Great question. Fabulous question. So there was 6 that we know of. But then 5 were very good. I like that. Popescu. Can Forest get back into this is the big question now. Where does this leave Forest, actually? If we have a look at the scores. Nice 3, Eagles 0, Ferencvaros 1, Panathinaikos 0. Bâle coming back into it against Salzburg. Where does this leave everyone in the table? Forest would be dropping down to 15th. They'd still be relatively safe. Yeah, Forest aren't going. Forest are still going to be in, but they're going to be out of the knockout stages. They're going to have to play another round. There would be no way. There would be absolutely no way that they could finish ahead of, Betis, Porto. All of them are on 14 points. If Forest lose this one, they're basically committing to another 2-legged tie. Reese's Footy Feed says it would appear that Gibbs White's been infected with a touch of salmonella. Oh, that's cheeky. That's cheeky. Dyche is all about safety. Creed says, no, they can't. Well, maybe. Reggie says, was Alvaro Morata never in the Bundesliga? Not that I'm aware of. Off the crossbar there, though, from Olaina. Was Morata in the Bundesliga? I don't think he was. Paul Victor about to come on alongside João Moutinho. There you go, ex-Wolves legend João Moutinho. Chelsea, Real Madrid, Juventus, Atletico, Galatasaray, Como. No, he's never played in the Bundesliga. Yeah, Morata has never played in the Bundesliga. Cheeky. Right, there you go. A couple of changes for Braga, and it's still all to do for Nottingham Forest. Andy, I don't see how he can be manager next season for Forest, Dyche. 3-star lose tonight, and it's a playoff. We need to win this to have it in our hands. He has the players to change this, but the stubborn fool won't change it. Who do you think... Who would you bring on, though, mate? Looking at the bench right now, let's have a look at the Forest bench. So he's not made any changes thus far. 62 minutes in, he's not made a single change. Braga have made 3. He's got on his bench Anderson, Hudson-Odoi, Nico Williams, maybe. Sangare. There's not a lot of quality for him to call on there, is there? Like Anderson, Dominguez, Sangare, Nico Williams. These are defensive players. The only real forward-thinking player that they have is Hudson-Odoi. Maybe Zach Abbott. Oh, sorry, not Zach Abbott. Zach Abbott's a defender. Do you know what I was thinking then? Zach Clough. They've got Whitehall and Thompson and Sinclair, who are, again, all defenders. Hammond, defender. They've got nobody. They've got, honestly, they've got a load of kids. Defensive kids is what they've got on the bench. And one attack-minded player in Hudson-Odoi. That is the only thing he can bring on, the only change. I want him sacked tonight, says 3-star Reds. Forest fans, do you want him out? Do you want him out sacked tonight? Gibbs White missing a penalty. Braga go up the other end and score literally within 30 seconds. Swifty, Forest have been absolutely dreadful. It's absolutely music to your ears though, innit, mate? You're loving it. The commentary tonight must be fantastic. How bad Forest have been. For a Notts County fan anyway, you must be loving it. Matinho with a good footing challenge there. You can see Braga. This is what Braga do, by the way. Braga are built for exactly this sort of a situation. They're very, very good at defending leads. A lot of their games this season have been, 1-0s, 2-1s, 1-1s, low scoring. How many managers have sacked this year? Is it like 4? Well, there's going to be another one tonight. I don't think he's going to sack him. I don't think he sacks him at all. Dyche is about as surefire as you can possibly get to keep him up in the Prem. Swifty, my brother is a Forest and he wants Dyche gone. Andy says Marco Silva's been linked. I wonder if Forest fans would want him. Would he want Forest? Would Marco Silva really trade the stability that he has at Fulham for Forest? Really? Do you think? 3-star will be going over to the player ratings after this and Wolfie will be raging. Good pass over to the far side. Can he keep it in? I think he can. Good ball. Cleared away. They're hanging on a little bit. The counter-attack's still there for Forest. Can't commit too many bodies forward. Hudson-Odoi is the right player to bring on, though, at this point. Delane Backworth has been very poor tonight, I think. I was mega excited when Forest signed him because there was a bit of a buzz around him in Ligue 1. He's been terrible every time I've watched him for him. Braga down the right-hand side. They've got players in the box. Chance here. Strike. Off the post. Braga very nearly 2-0. Very nearly 2-0. They've smashed the inside of the post. Keeper was beaten. All ends up. Matt Sells had no chance. He was getting nowhere near it. They're in again here. Forest all ends up. Oh, what a pass. And how has he got out of that corner? How has he been allowed out here? They're playing some absolutely fantastic stuff here, Braga. Knocking it around. Forest are chasing shadows. Dyche will make subs at 80 plus minutes. Get Hudson on. We lost against these guys. I don't know how, because we are shit. Right, now Forest counter. Now Forest on the counter. Can they do something? Here's Gibbs White. Good ball through the middle. Good tackle. Cleared away. Wanderless, he always complains saying backward as always. Backwards passing. He's just been very flat. He's not the player that I saw in Ligue 1. He was very direct. Lots of direct running. It's not really the same. Not the same sort of player. Silva has worked to Maranakis at Olympiacos. That's true, but still, I just feel like there's massive stability at Fulham. And why would you change? Why would you trade that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Scores around the grounds tonight. Utrecht 0, Genk 0. That one kicked off very, very late. Still a long way to go in that one. Still 35 minutes in the first half. There are 3 Forest changes, would you believe? It's going to be Nico Williams, Elliot Anderson, and Hudson-Odoi. The 3 big lads are coming on. And off go McAtee. Who else is coming off? Aina for Williams, McAtee for Anderson, and Hudson-Odoi for... Who's the third one? Who's gone off? Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz, McAtee, and Ola Aina off. Anderson, Callum Hudson-Odoi, and Nico Williams coming on. So there you go. 3 changes for Forest. Utrecht still 0-0. Salzburg 3, Bâle 1. In that one. Rangers 1, Ludogorets 0. Braga, unlucky. Nice 3, Go Ahead Eagles 1. Ferencváros 1, Panathinaikos 0. Dynamo Zagreb 2, Steaua Bucharest 1. Celta Vigo down to 10 men. They are 1-0 up against Forest. 1-0 up against Lille. AS Roma 1, Stuttgart 0. Yes, AS Roma with Nicolo Pisilli has scored what could be the winner there. I don't believe my eyes. 3 subs. Watch us lose this weekend against Bournemouth this after we destroyed Marseille. It's just the Liverpool way. Excuse me. On a permo. Sorry, Reese. Genuine question, mate. Coming from a place of admiration, not criticism on our average. How much a day would you say you spend in study, digest, on watching football highlights and packages alone, like research? Genuinely, today was a bit of not a mad day, but an unusual day. So, my little girl's off school at the minute because she's poorly. So I got some time this morning with her that normally I wouldn't have had because she's normally in school. So we spent a couple of hours this morning just colouring in and doing whatever bits. Just enjoying the morning. Then I went and had lunch with my big brother. And then I got to spend some time with my mum and dad for a little bit. So I saw family today. So today was a bit of a different day. I didn't do any research, just kind of jumped on the streams tonight. It was a bit of a rare one. But generally speaking, I'm always doing something. Like I'll drop my little girl off at school and then I'll come back here and I'll think about, right, what games have we got tonight? Let's go and have a look at the fan channels. Let's go and have a look at the fan channels. So, for example, if I'm doing Forest, if this was a typical day, what I would have done is that I've gone to the Forest fan channels and I've gone and had a look at the Forest fan channels, the forums. I'd have said what the Forest fans are kind of thinking. What are they talking about? What stuff do I need to be aware of? I'd have looked at the latest news, the latest team news, the latest injuries. I'd have looked at Braga. I'd have done exactly the same for them. So just generally getting a feel for where everyone's at. Form-wise, league table, manager. Let's have a look at the manager. How long's he been in situ? How are they doing under him? What style of play do they play? Who's the top scorer? Who's the top assister? Just genuine stuff, general stuff rather, that I can throw in so that I can appear a subject matter expert on the live. You might look at me and think, Christ, Key, he's an absolute oracle. All research. He knows everything, this fella. Now, I just chuck it in. Makes it sound like I know a bit more than I actually do. Shell, are you okay, Key? Again, a little bit like last night, Shell. A bit tired, but I'm all right. I'll be okay. On a permo, I've changed over to the Forest game from the Rangers one. Seems like it has more excitement potential. Yeah, 18 minutes to go. It does feel like this one's a bit on a knife edge. Saul, go Forest. Key, seeing the family today. Jake, I'm confident we'll win 3-1 against Bournemouth. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing my my Premier League prediction video, Premier League preview. Strike from the edge of the box from Forest. Blocked, too easy that. Forest have now got Braga penned in their own their own penalty area. Here's Hudson-Odoi. Good ball in. Chance far post. Must be. Oh, great block. Unlucky. Great block. But yeah, I'm generally always doing something football related. Usually it's, if I'm not watching the news, but like I'll have Sky Sports News on the background here while I'm doing research and stuff. So I'm always listening, I'm always taking stuff in, I'm always trying to pick up bits so that when we're on the live I'm not caught out by, oh, I didn't even know that was happening. I always try and make sure I've got at least a decent grasp of what's going on. On a Permo, what's the transfer status rumours for Forest right now? Anyone sharing anything? Or anyone hearing anything, I think that was. Allegedly, yeah, there's quite a... Isn't Callum-Wendo... Has Callum-Wendo already gone back to France? Or is he going back to France? I heard that. Callum-Wendo, a player who, you know, again, lots was thought of when he came in from Ligue 1. Hasn't really done it, sadly, at Forest, and hasn't really got too many chances. So he's apparently going back. Who's this coming on now? Braga making another change. And I think it might be Ricardo Horta who's coming off. Is it Ricardo Horta coming off? Yep, Captain Ricardo Horta comes off. He gives the armband over to João Moutinho, and it's going to be... Who is it who's coming on now? Horta off and Dorgeles. Dorgeles coming on. The Ivory Coast midfielder Mario Dorgeles coming on. Signed from Nordsjælland. He's another one who's highly thought of. We watched a bit of the Danish Superliga on this channel, and Nordsjælland's academy seems to just pump out absolute world-class talent. And he's another one off the production line from the Ivory Coast. Dorgeles. Hayes, who do you think will win the playoffs in the Champions League? Well, we don't know who's going to be in the playoffs just yet, do we? We've got to wait and see. There's still a few games left to go. Callum-Wendo has been at Frankfurt for 2 weeks, pal. Oh, has he? Is that the research? That's the research doing bits there. Is it a loan to buy? I just remember there being a thing with Forest where he was... To be honest, he's not kicked a ball for Forest, has he? When was the last game he actually was involved in? I know Callum-Wendo. He was on the bench against West Ham. And we did that game, didn't we? He was on the bench against West Ham. That was like 2 weeks ago, if that. And he's gone to Frankfurt and immediately got a goal and an assist in his first 3 games. So he's flat. Yeah, he's got it's mad that. Gone straight to Frankfurt and started playing well. Just doesn't... I don't understand that. One stat that stands out in this game is we are shite. Well, Dominguez has now come on for Forest. Who's gone off for Dominguez? Again, that's another midfield change. Not really anything that's going to offer a huge amount of value in attack for Forest. But Dominguez has come on for Bakwa. Dylan Bakwa. Yeah. Frustrating. Looking forward to Jack Harrison's hair. Ben says, was it 2011 when Braga knocked us out in the Europa League round of 32? I remember that. Didn't we give a penalty away, didn't we? I can't remember if it was 2011, but it was about then. Certainly about then. Please do our PSG game next Wednesday. I think Liverpool are on next Wednesday, aren't they? Strike! Oh, good save. Gibbs White again. He can't do much tonight, that lad. Mr. Sharpovich, it's admirable the time and effort you put into your craft, Mr. Thomas, although we differ on opinions. Well, hey, mate, that's the game of opinions, isn't it, mate? Game of opinions. Love having you here, though. Even if we disagree, and you're an Arsenal fan. Forest have finished, says Jake. Gibbs White's not playing well. Empty says almost full Ecuador national team played for Independiente del Valle. Yeah, Moise Caicedo too, yeah. It's been a fair few. Who's that? Napoli have agreed a deal to sign someone. I know that's not particularly useful, but I've just seen it pop up and then it went off straight away. Joe, yous have nothing to play for, pal. I know, mate, I know. But think about it like this. Just think about it from my point of view. I have never not watched a Liverpool game. If we're on, put it this way, I'm trying to build myself as a credible content creator. Now, I've done all right in the space with like not the random fans, but you know what I mean. Like with I think the benefit of this channel, which has maybe a bit of a unique point over other channels, is that I'm always live. You guys know that if there's a game on, or whatever given day it is, whatever given day, whether it's a random Wednesday night or a random Thursday, Monday night, whoever, Key's always on watching someone. You guys know that. That's valuable. You know what my channel brand and guideline, you know that, right? Arsenal games do really well. Real Madrid, Barcelona games do really well. AFCON does really well. Chelsea games do really well. So, a nice mixed bag, and they're all doing really well. I've not quite conquered the Liverpool audience yet. Liverpool games, bizarrely, don't do massively well. They do okay. Still do sort of 10k plus, but not massively well. They're generally doing all right. Can you imagine? I couldn't hold my head up amongst Liverpool fans if I was watching Newcastle PSG while Liverpool Karabag is on the other side. There's no way I could never be taken seriously as a Liverpool fan. So there's no way, no chance at all I am watching PSG versus Newcastle, even though that might, on balance, be a better game. Reggie, any updates on your panel show, Key? February. It's in the works. I'd love to tell you more. On a permo, transfer windows used to be my favourite thing until the past few seasons. Jabba says, new channel, credible copite Key. Oh, that's dark. Credible copite Key. Yeah. Or as if I said dark as well then. Fucking hell. Unintentional pun. Buzzy, I'd love to see Dyche back at Burnley and Nuno back at Wolves. Just like David Moyes returning to Everton, some managers are so tied to certain clubs that it just feels... Where's my drink? It just feels wrong seeing them coach anywhere else. Hayes, what's your predictions and your preferred score for United v Arsenal? I am doing my prediction show tomorrow, so I'll have a live prediction show tomorrow. If you want to check it out, you can check it out. It's going to be for members only tomorrow. I'll probably make it live maybe Saturday morning if people want to check it out as well for everyone else. But I'll see. I don't think I'm going to do that. I don't know. I'll see. Reggie, if you want more of the Liverpool audience, just start screaming slot out. Works for some others. Exactly. This is it. Like I said, balance doesn't tend to work for everyone. I'm not going to get the hardcore Liverpool fans in because the hardcore Liverpool fans want only Liverpool stuff. And I don't give them only Liverpool stuff. We're a football-loving channel. Shell, that's good. Key, you're a toffee, really. Pope, you're not allowed to do a Rangers game again. The start of the season was bad enough. Key, any people get back yet? Quite a few, yeah. There's been quite a few. Fanamida says, my pick is Roma winning the Europa League. I hope not. I don't mind Roma, and I like Gasperini, but I don't want them winning it. I think Villa will be winning it. Supporting Villa. Ben says, isn't it because most of your fans will be Liverpool fans and some fans prefer just to focus on the game when they're playing? Most of your fans will be Liverpool fans and some fans prefer just to focus on the game when they're playing. Chance! Oh, yo! Claim for the penalty! Claim for the penalty again off the bar! Oh, again, massive claim for the handball. Yates! There's a claim for the handball again here. This might be 1-1. As the ball comes across... Nah, you're not getting handball for that. Never. It's going to be a corner, though. Reece, after everything, is surely you're entitled to watch your team twice a week. If I don't want to watch then I still come in and drop a like as a matter of course. That's very nice. It's very nice of you, mate. Yates is being dragged off here. Bruges have a good transfer system in place. Leslie said Craig Holden, Irish lad, big Liverpool. What's that? Craig Holden, Irish lad. He's on YouTube every evening and he gives his opinions about certain players and the manager. You must have seen him. Yeah, I think that's... isn't that Anfield Agenda, Craig Holden? Yeah, I am familiar. I don't watch him, but that's not... Don't take that as a dig. I just generally don't watch any Liverpool fan channels, really. I like the Anfield Rap, though. I don't mind the Anfield Rap. They do some good stuff, and Red Men occasionally, but I don't generally watch much football fan content. I have like a select few, but yeah, it's no dig on Craig. Jabber Key's got more blues following his channel than red. That's true. That is God's honest truth. It is very true. Do you know what the third most watched game on this channel is? The history of this channel. The third most watched game is Everton-Sunderland. Not in terms of number of views, I mean in terms of watch hours, in terms of like the number of people that were in the room steadily for the full game. It's Everton-Sunderland, penalties the other week. Third most watched game. After that is obviously the AFCON final, which was nearly 300,000 people. And the Clasico, Real Madrid-Barcelona, which was like 200,000. So it's gone mad the last like couple of months. Reggie, I make sure to drop a dislike every stream just to balance out Reese's positivity. Here's, apart from Liverpool, what's your favourite club? National teams not allowed. My favourite club... Honestly, mate, I don't really do the whole supporting multiple clubs. No offence to anyone that does. I haven't got the energy to support anyone other than Liverpool. But there's a lot of teams that I quite like in other leagues. Like, I don't mind Auxerre. Try to keep up with Betis results. I quite like Betis. Quite like Fiorentina in Italy as well. I like them. Betis. Villarreal I don't mind as well. Malaga, of course. I've got a Malaga shirt just there. You might have seen. Is it still 1-0 to Rangers? I believe so, yes. Reece, thoughts on the Premier League Champions key? Fucking leg it, Reece. You're going to come in. That's the first comment you've put in tonight, and you're talking about Arsenal. Is it still 1-0 to Rangers? Grandad Tom. That's it. She remembers. Grandad Tom. Yeah, Rangers are still 1-0 in front. They are on 4 points. But sadly, yeah, that does unfortunately mean Dynamo Zagreb winning means that they are unable to qualify. Ironically, if Celtic were to lose on the last day against Utrecht and Rangers were to win away at Porto, they would finish 1 point behind Celtic. And it would be Celtic that would deny Rangers qualification. Reece should have replied, they're your favourite team because Arsenal aren't champions yet. Hey. Leslie, it must be like watching paint dry this match. Well, do you know what? The good thing is we have this every week. There's always... The good thing about this channel, and one thing that I've really liked about helping to make it, is that we have 0-0s every other week. Every other day, it feels like at the minute. It's always still a laugh, innit? We always still have quizzes and a chat, and we talk shite. Hey, LFC Bella, welcome to the Premier League Dad Matchday squad. Yes, welcome on board, mate. Great to have you in. Members only video starting tomorrow. Members only Premier League prediction video starting tomorrow. So yeah, get amongst it, mate. Welcome on board. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Reggie says, careful, Key, if you say Arsenal 3 times fast, the Reggies will appear. And Jabba says, there were 2 moments in this match about 10 seconds apart. MT, are you going to complete this Champions League night by watching the rest of Genk Utrecht game later? They prolonged it so you could watch. I don't think so, mate. No, I think I am fully Europa Leagued out after Forest and bloody Aston Villa. We've seen 2 goals in 4 hours of football. It's very difficult. What's an Arsenal? On a permo, so what you're saying is no matter what Rangers do, Celtic finish above them. That's very true. Yeah. Reese always talks about Arsenal anyway, so does Key Jake. Oh, lads. Lay off me. Give me a chance. Get enough stick off these Arsenal fans. Forest, pump it long. They're going very direct. Reese, what have you chosen for 2 p.m. on Sunday? Is it the South Coast Derby instead? It isn't, no. So 2 p.m. Sunday is Villa Newcastle. Newcastle Villa, yeah. Got 3 games Saturday. So tomorrow we're doing... I had a straight choice tomorrow between Derby County against West Brom. Obviously, West Brom got battered 5-0 by Norwich the other day. So I was going to maybe look at that one, but I've swerved that one, and instead I'm going to do Inter Milan against Pisa in Serie A, because I think that's going to be a better game. Top of Serie A, Inter Milan. Can they recover after that Arsenal mauling? They've got to win, because on Sunday I'm watching Roma against AC Milan. So we've got 3 games on Saturday night, 3 games on Sunday. Saturday, got West Ham against Sunderland, followed by Bournemouth against Liverpool. Oh, that must be a penalty. It must be. It must be. It must be. Offside. Oh, no. Dyche is absolutely apoplectic. It should be a penalty. That's it. Oh, he's given a yellow card. He's given a yellow card for diving. He's given a yellow card to Gibbs White for diving here. Oh, ref, you've got to be certain here, mate. I don't think that was a dive. I do not think that was a dive. When he plays this through, let's watch this back. Is he onside? Oh, he's onside, all right. Oh, they're checking for a penalty here, but oh, he pulls out. He pulled out of the challenge there, João Martinho. That's not a penalty. That isn't a penalty. That is not a penalty. That isn't a penalty. It's Ndoye who's been booked, and it isn't a pen. The referees called it as a dive, I think. VAR is not going to get involved. It was Dan Ndoye, and it is a dive. You can see it's a clear dive. AS Roma 2, Stuttgart 0. Who scored it? Chris Kamara. Pisilli with his second goal of the game. There you go. Game over. Do you mean 300 or 300,000 views for the AFCON? 300,000. Yeah. Yeah, crazy that, isn't it? 300,000 views we got on the AFCON final. And 180,000 views for the Real Madrid-Barcelona Clasico game. So yeah, we've had some pretty big games in the last couple of weeks. Jabber, failed pen, followed immediately by an own goal. I've rarely seen a side self-destruct like that. Reggie, there's just a disproportionate amount of Arsenal fans in the chat who start the convos. Pro pull out, says Ibra. And Joe says, see how quickly that was dealt with there? Love European refs, no nonsense. That would have been about a 10-minute check in the Premier League, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's a great point. It would have been like a 10-minute check. Got 6 minutes of added on time here. It's not a dive, nor a pen. He just anticipates contact that never came. That's probably fair. But he's booked him for diving all the same. Ball in far post, well read by Honeychek, and he drops to the floor. On a permo, I'm only pulling keys, pissing anyway. I do it once a day. I had a joke then, but it's a little bit dark, so I'm not going to go with it. Jake says Gibbs White is not having a good game tonight. He's not had a great game, has he? Butterborn says, Key, what do you think of Jeremy Sarmiento, who Butter looked like signing? Was it Sarmiento who scored at Goodison? Shell, I don't know if you're still in the chat. Yeah, I think you are, aren't you, Shell? Surely, Sarmiento, was he the one who pinged it in the top corner at Goodison last year? Or was that wasn't Buonanotte? I'm sure that was Sarmiento. Paul Gascoigne's in hospital. Oh, poor. I like Gaza. You seem to know more about it than me, Reggie. Don't you need tweezers for that? Well, I was going to say if only the wife did. Pulky's pissing any day, once a day. Really? Someone's got to. Davey says he had a fall and broke 6 ribs. 6 ribs. Someone get down there with some chicken. Some chicken and a fishing rod. Enciso. Argentinians at Brighton, Sarmiento, Enciso, Buonanotte. Join, it's all the same to me. Sarmiento at Leicester, right? Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy Sarmiento. He scored a couple of good goals for Leicester, though. He scored a couple of good goals for Leicester. I've bracketed them as young Argentinians at Brighton. Shut my eyes and wear a glove. Right, 3.5 minutes gone, 2.5 minutes to go. For what? Shell, I beg you, do not ask that question. It's a red! It's a red for Elliot Anderson. He's been sent off. It's a straight red. Jesus, tonight. Oh, no. It's Gibbs White. It's Gibbs White. It's not even Elliot Anderson. It's a straight red. What's been sent? What's happened here? What's he done? What's he done? What's happened? Oh no, it's Elliot Anderson. It is Elliot Anderson for something that he has said to the referee here. He has sent off Elliot Anderson, I think. He said it for something he said to the ref. A straight red. Oh my God. A straight red card, 3-match ban. No, it will only be one, won't it? Because it's not violent conduct. It'll only be a 1-match ban. But it is a red card. It is a red. It's not a free kick, says Gibbs White. Well, it is. It is a red card. He has given the red card. Goodness gracious me. What have we watched here? Absolutely baffling decision. And Elliot Anderson has only been on the pitch a matter of maybe 15, 20 minutes. And he's off. He's off again. Are we all headed to Wolfie for the head loss after this or what? I've not been impressed by this ref, says Jabber. Andy, do you think Key made the right decision? Gibbs White not going to Tottenham. I think didn't Gibbs White want to go to Tottenham? Wasn't it like that they pulled the plug at the end, Forest? I thought Gibbs White was ready to go. My understanding is that he was almost in a Spurs shirt. What a crazy, crazy night. Half-time in Utrecht almost over. Braga could kill the game off here if they get this right. If they get this right, chance. Oh yeah, very nearly 2-0. Oh my God. Reece, he's mint when he's hungry, Sarmiento. A luxury player, but drifts in and out of games. I enjoyed him at Burnley. Easy on the eye. Looked end product like Mo. Low centre of gravity creator plays. Yeah. Is that the Forest fans or the Braga fans? That's the Braga fans, isn't it? To be fair, the ref was awful to both sides. Well, we're very nearly there, to be honest. I think this is going to be it. Very nearly full time here. They've made another change, Braga. Sangare's been booked. And the ref has blown up. Wow. Carlos Vicens and Sean Dyche shake hands, but just a crazy, crazy game. Dyche is not going to be happy with that, and I'm sure Sean Dyche is going to have some words, some choice words at full time for this referee. Massive, massive thank you to everyone that has joined in the chat tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. If you are joining me tomorrow for Inter Milan v Pisa, or even any of the games this weekend, Arsenal, Man United, huge game this weekend, plus Villarreal, Real Madrid, we're doing Liverpool, Bournemouth, we're doing Roma, AC Milan, we're doing West Ham, Sunderland, Newcastle, Villa, 6 big games across Saturday and Sunday on this channel, but all back to back, so hopefully you'll join me for some of them. And yeah, if you haven't already, do 2 things for me. Hit the like button on this live, and also subscribe to watch more games with us. Thank you very much, everyone. Really appreciate it, and catch you tomorrow. Have a lovely night. See you soon.